So it's a tricky question. While there's a section of us who believe that data is still some structured files in CSV format or so, whereas in the other part there is social media, I mean, specifically Facebook or Twitter, where we continuously create content and that becomes data. Now, that data is open for anybody's use. Now, how that data is being used is more of an ethical question. And some of the allegation or the debacle that, as you put it, is that nations are using it for manipulating people's opinion, their influence on elections. Uh, it's a question of where you draw a line between personal space and how somebody will use the data. I am not very optimistic or pragmatic that this will hindrance any progress or something, or I don't even believe that organizations or nations, by nation here I say other organizations like political organizations, will not lose the opportunity to use this data to influence. This data will be abused, used, whatever way you put it. I think it boils down to individual decisions that how much data I want to put up in a public space or not. So it's more on us who are creating the data and content and less on how is data being used. Everything that we create will be used and abused. So unstructured data is in different form. I mean, traditionally people used to believe unstructured data means certain text data. So it is not in a structured database. Somebody writes something that becomes unstructured data. In today, it's unstructured data is text, images, videos, and that is can be used very effectively, not by just banking industry, but by any industry which is consumer facing. So call it banking, insurance, telecom, which are consumer facing industry. They can understand people life pattern more from the unstructured data. Suppose somebody had a kid, they put a photograph, happy photograph that they had a kid. So banks can understand, okay, after a few years, we may offer them a child's account. That's a very simplistic example. But in many such cases, there's so much of unstructured data in terms of, as I said, text, images and videos that banking or any consumer facing industry can use them for better marketing. And that's what they're doing, not doing properly, but there's huge opportunity there. So my take is it's more for decision making, for taking more scientific decision, not a decision based on gut feel, but something that is more of a scientific and fact-based decision making and taking smarter decision. Accuracy is just how accurate you can arrive to, how certain you are about the decision that you are taking, but it's more about enabling better decision making. That's how, call it analytics, AI, ML, and we'll talk more about it going forward.